Copy. We have a little information for you. Our student athletes and coach are on the way down. This is a group interview now, and this will be for the first 15 minutes. You can ask questions of our student athletes or the coach. We'd prefer that you do the student athletes first so that they can go back to the locker room. But we will be here for about 30 minutes. Again, if you're going to ask questions of our student athletes, please do so by identifying which one you want to answer first and so forth. It makes it so much easier for our ASAP people to take care of those quotes. Sorry, Coach. I didn't see you guys coming that quick. They didn't tell us you were coming. Okay, we're about ready to start. Oregon State Beavers are with us now. Coach Scott Ruck, his student athletes Ruth Hemblin, Devin Hunter, Sydney Weiss, Jamie Weisner, and Gabriella Henson. Coach, your thoughts?
Happy Easter, everybody. Last night was obviously a great night for the program. We took a minute to enjoy it, and then the team rested, and we went to work. And we're excited to be here today and for the next challenge.
Okay, questions from the floor. If you would, please, your name and your affiliation the first time you ask a question. We've got one in the middle front.
Gina Mizell, the Oregonian. Scott, natural progression has been kind of one of your big phrases over the last couple of weeks. Would the next natural progression for this program be to knock off a perennial power like Baylor? And, oh, by the way, if you do that, you would also get to the Final Four?
Sure. Yes, that's next on the schedule, and so that's the next focal point for us, certainly. And you just take them as they come, and it's the next game, and you do that by playing possession by possession and preparing the same way that you have. And so, yes, that would be natural.
Question on the rear.
Mitch Blomer, Waco Tribune Herald. This question's for Ruth. You're going to see a lot of the two freshman centers in Beatrice Montgomery and Kalani Brown tomorrow night. Just can you talk about like what you've seen from them and what you kind of expect, what kind of challenges you expect to see from them tomorrow night?
I think they bring a lot to the team, obviously, size and defense, but also O-boards are huge for them, running the floor, getting easy layups. So I'm definitely going to have my hands full tomorrow night.
Got a question on the front right.
Stephen Hawkins with the AP. Jamie and then Sydney, obviously you're getting to this point. Baylor's been there, done that. They've had a motto all year about 8 is not enough. Talk about the challenge of facing a team with such a drive and determination like they've had. I mean, similar to what you guys are trying to do.
Yeah, I mean, they have a confidence. They have been there, and so they already know what to expect, and they've played at the biggest stage. So they have that confidence, but I think we have confidence too. I mean, we're going places we've never been before, and that alone is a lot of confidence we can ride on.
Yeah, Baylor's a very talented team. They've been around the block a few times. Obviously, they've been here before. They know what they're doing, how to win at this level. But I think we're just having fun, enjoying the moment, enjoying the challenge that comes with it. And I know that this group, our group, is capable of doing big things, and we don't want to be done yet.
Question on the right side.
Hello, Ron Callan, 1190 KEX. This question is for Devin Hunter and Gabriella Hansen. Guys, talk about Baylor. What are your impressions after watching them in person, watching them on tape? Start with you, Gabby.
Huge key for them is transition. They push the ball like no other team we've kind of seen before. They're very versatile. Their posts are extremely physical. They definitely have size that we're not necessarily, we haven't seen. I wouldn't say we're not used to it because we have it every day in practice. So they're a very versatile team, different team, but, we'll prepare just like we prepare for any other game.
I think watching them, you see they know how to play well with each other. They've been through it all. They know where each other are and find each other. So I think that just they know how to work their system really well.
Question on the outside right.
Chuck Carlton, Dallas Morning News, for Ruth first and also for Jamie. Coach was talking yesterday, remembering back in the early days of the program when you guys were first starting out, about 10-game Pac-12 losing streak and all the things we're going through. When you reflect on it, does it seem, how does that compare to where you guys are now, one game away from a Final Four?
It seems like a lifetime ago in some regards because we've grown so much and just developed the program so far since then. But we've really experienced it all, just kind of climbing our way up this mountain, and I think that we're really excited for the next step.
Yeah, obviously it feels a lot better to be in this position than 4 years ago. But yeah, like it's been said before, it's been a natural progression. Each year we've gone a step further and further, and so it's just really fun to be a part of.
Further questions for our student athletes on the outside right.
Question for Jamie, just coming into a pro arena, someplace you'd never, been before, having the kind of success you did. What's that do for your confidence? And as a shooter, are you worried about shooting backgrounds, that sort of thing, or is all gyms the same?
I think every gym has a little different atmosphere, but coming here is wonderful. A beautiful gym, great facilities, and to play in a place where the greats have played before, it's a lot of fun. But I try coming into the game not worrying about my surroundings. It's just a ball and a hoop, and I've shot the ball a million times, and so that's all it is for me.
Anything more? Okay, ladies, we're going to send you back to the locker room, and you can go one-on-one if you'd like to see the student athletes back there. And if you would, please go up the guys following. Would you go up the steps this way, not go through there? Thank you. All right, questions for Coach? We got a question on the back right.
Hi, Coach. Jerry Hill, Baylor Bear Insider. Does this need to be a half-court game for you guys?
Defensively, certainly that is who we've been. That's why we have the numbers that we do. Defensive points against and field goal percentage. We make teams work typically, and we don't want to give up anything easy. That means keep them off the free throw line, keep them away from the basket, keep them out of transition, challenge everything. And so, yes, that's our MO, and so that's what we've done all year. It needs to be another one of those.
Question on the front.
Scott, you mentioned a moment ago letting your team stepping back for a moment, enjoying the moment, and not just automatically looking ahead. But to talk about how this team handled that, and clearly, their focus now is on what's next. But talk about their ability to do that. It's not always easy just to enjoy it and then move on.
You mean last night? Yeah, it's just that That's who this team is. I mean, we've had the adversity this year. You know, we got beat at Stanford late in our season and needed to respond 2 days later against Cal. That's just one example. You know, and so this group is so mature. And I think that's what everybody got to see that yesterday. Just the way they carry themselves, the way they prepare, the way we handled adversity last night. DePaul made a run at us and didn't really phase us, just shook it off at a great possession, hit 2 big shots back-to-back to separate again in the fourth quarter. That's just who they are. And so handling success is adversity as well. That's sometimes tougher than adversity. And this team has done that. You know, this is a team of juniors and seniors for the most part that have seen a lot. And so moving from last night into this game, no concern there at all.
Got a question on the outside right.
Scott, this was new ground for the program going back 30 years just to be in the Sweet 16, and the way they responded without the jitters. And I guess playing off the last question, maybe an unfortunate analogy, but is this team playing with house money right now? Is this team just kind of loose and, hey, whatever happens, happens at this point?
Well, I think this team's really confident. I think that's what we saw last night. This is a team that's prepared. You know, we're all seeing how good the Pac-12 is. I mean, that's one thing that it surprises me a bit how surprised I think people are across the country. I mean, you're listening to just the general narrative of the Pac-12, and people are surprised Washington could beat Maryland. We're not. I mean, we've played against that. We know how hard it is to play against that team and defend that team, and how you can't blink or Walton's going to light you up, and that's not even mentioning Kelsey Plum. And so that's just one example. But going to UCLA, Stanford, Cal, all across the board in our conference. So this team's been to Notre Dame. They've played Tennessee. They've been to Carolina. They've been to Tennessee. They're battle tested. And so the environment last night, I think, speaks to their maturity and their experience more than just a team that's just super loose playing with no cares. I don't see that at all. I see a team that just understands what competition is and knows how to rise to that and knows themselves well enough to know, well, we can't focus on the outside stuff that doesn't matter. We need to focus on this possession. And that's what we've taught from day one. It's one of the things that's allowed us to win when nobody expected us to be honest. I mean, this was a team 2 years ago when we were just learning how to win. You got to forget the fact that we haven't won much previously. You got to forget that. You got to put that out of your mind. All that matters is that you win this possession right now. And so going into last night's game, I think it was the same, you know, and I talked about Jamie Wisner's, the confidence she gives everyone, and we have players within our roster that give everybody confidence in that regard. And so you get over those things really quickly. And so I think that's just maturity and high-level competition.
On the front.
Scott, when Kim Mulkey took over her program, it was coming off a 7-20 season and never had any kind of success. And obviously there were building points and moving up. And she talked about one of the things she saw of you yesterday was with your kids and how special it was to see kids. There's an image of her in 2005 up on the ladder with her 2 kids, one who's now her assistant coach and one who's now at LSU playing baseball. But the progression of that program, when you look at where you're at and think about, you know, where it can go, what does that do for you? And thinking about your kids getting to share that moment with you.
Yeah, nothing better. There's nothing better. And I ran into her in the hallway yesterday when we were walking in, and Cole was walking with me, and she said, "That's what it's about. That's what it's about right there." And I agree. I mean, that's what it's about. And so I was that kid at one time at the high school level. My dad was a coach. Took me everywhere. And so I've been immersed in this game from the day that I could be around it. And even before, to be honest, I was in the gym. And so I know that it is a bigger picture like that. And I think, you know, it does have an interesting impact on the team itself. I think when everybody sees that this is family and it's a bigger part of a family, I think it allows the players to feel like they're truly part of your family. They're taken care of because they see your kids taken care of and our assistant coaches' kids and so on. And so, yeah, to me, that's what this whole thing is about. And I pray someday that I can be his assistant.
On the back, and then we'll come to the front, Chuck.
Coach, Nina Davis is a little bit unorthodox player, I guess. Talk about trying to defend her and just, her game, I guess.
Yeah, dynamic. Just a knack for putting the ball in the basket. There's shot makers, and she's one of them. She just has such a gift of timing, relentless effort, and she has just such a mindset, just an attacking mindset. That it's her job to get the ball, put it in the basket, and go get the ball in a lot of cases as well. And so I agree. Unorthodox is a good word to describe her. You look at her shot, you'd think, oh, that's somebody that we don't mind if she'd shoot it, but then she knocks down, 5 straight 15-footers or 17-footers. And, so matching her intensity is one thing, maintaining position, and then she's so quick back up, once she does shoot the basketball, and so she's a tricky matchup, no question. She looks like a guard, plays like a forward, and brings just a relentless energy. So tough.
On the aisle.
Scott, before you go to sleep tonight, what will be the one thing that I guess maybe prevents you from going to sleep about the matchup with Baylor? Is there one? And I know there's probably a lot of things. You go through an entire checklist. But are there one or two things that just jump out to you?
Well, I think overall, if you just look at their team, they have that combination of power and finesse. I mean, that's what makes, I think everybody probably still playing does, where, you can hurt a team from everywhere, outside, inside, all that. And so, rebounding is, I think, the number one key. I think we have made people miss shots all year. They are an outstanding shooting team. Can we make them miss? I hope so. Then we can't give them second chances, and that's what, you look at a team that has as much size as they have, and the athletes, that's going to be the game. The game is going to be, do they get second opportunities, and so if we can win the boards, that will go a long way in saying, what type of game this is going to be.
On the front.
You briefly touched on this a moment ago about other Pac-12 teams, the success they've had in this tournament. By the end of today, a Pac-12 team is going to be in the Final Four, have one of those slots. What confidence do you think that could give your team in knowing, hey, we can be in the same spot there, or hey, we did win the conference title and shared, won the tournament?
Yeah, I think that everyone's feeding off each other. I think you look around and everybody realizes what kind of gauntlet this Pac-12 schedule was this year, and we all know it. We all know how well that league is coached and how dynamic it is and how great athletes there are now, and everybody used to talk about West Coast athletes leaving. Certainly Tennessee has 3 Oregonians on their roster. That hasn't happened in the past few years. They've elected to stay as a majority anyway. So it's just getting better and better. But I think seeing each other have success certainly helps. I think everybody's just watching. I know everybody's watching each other closely, pulling for each other. Back the pack is what everybody's saying. And it's fun. It's fun to see. And so, like I said, I don't think anybody's surprised, but certainly I think we'd be lying if we didn't say it was giving each other confidence, watching each other succeed.
Question in the back.
Coach, you kind of touched on it a minute ago about the size, and Baylor this season has had a lot of games where they have beaten people solely off size because they bring so much of it off the bench. You carry a lot of that same size in the lineup and on the bench. Do you feel like you guys can be that team that can finally neutralize their size advantage?
I hope so. Yeah, I absolutely hope so. I think, you're right. There's not a ton of teams across the country that have size. Yesterday, we were in shoot-around, and somebody not associated with our program said, "Are you guys the tallest team in the country?" And I said, "Maybe. I don't know. I'd be curious to know." But across the board, ironically, for having a very small coach, we have a lot of tall players, and I love that. And so in this matchup, certainly Ruth, matches up well with their post players, and their post players match up well with Ruth. And you go across the board, and whether it's Marie that comes in, or Sam, or Bree, or you go down the list, we have length. Even at the guard spots, we have length, and that's been a contributing factor to our shot percentage defense. And so, so will we neutralize each other? I don't know, but I hope so. So then it becomes a game of position, right? And so, who can use their size the best?
This is more of an overall women's basketball. This is not about looking ahead to next week, but we've all seen what Connecticut's doing, what they've won 3 straight national championships. We've seen some of the lopsided scores in this tournament. When you look at what they're doing and, you know, what some other teams on the rods are doing, kind of what's your perspective of what Gino's been able to do and what the Huskies are doing, and is it good for women's basketball?
I think excellence is inspiring. That's my. I got to coach Brianna Stewart and Mariah Jefferson this summer as an assistant on the Pan Am team, and I got to be around them and for 3 weeks and watch them just work and the way they carried themselves, the way they were teammates, the way they were coachable, what they brought to each game and each practice, and the standards by which they do it. It's elite. It's elite. The standard is elite, and for that, I don't know how that could be bad. I think the bar is just really high. The bar's really high, and to watch it it's nothing short of inspiring. I don't know how inspiring can ever be bad. Do we want them to drop down and not be as good so that others can have a better chance? I think we're thinking incorrectly there. I think we all need to raise our level, continue to anyway. I think that's a challenge to basketball across the country, the AAU level, the high school level, to continue to turn out more and more Brianna Stewarts. That's what we need. We need more and more. And so I don't think you can argue with anything they're doing, certainly, and I love to be inspired personally.
Any more questions for Coach? Coach, good luck tomorrow.
All right. Thank you very much.
Good luck to you, Coach.
Thank you.
Take care.
You mean that? Do you mean that?
Big pardon?
Do you mean that?
I do.
Thank you. Yeah. Me? 5'4". Yeah, I'm 5'4". Somebody wrote it on a good day.